Welcome to Wigs and Weaves and Natural You. I'm your host, Hotwaxx, and this is my man.
You know, we got something special for these folks today, but without further ado, it's your boy Moxie Man coming to you,
AKA
the Stat Dropper.
The Stat Dropper. That's something new.
Yeah, that's something new.
Where you come up with that?
I mean, you grew your wig, so I had to come up with something fresh like you.
I got hooked up, man. I tell you, my beautician is off the chain.
And we might have to shout out your beautician.
I don't know. I can't give it up like that.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but we got a show for today.
We got a good show going on.
Well, because we're going to talk about domestic violence.
We are indeed. We got some good guests coming on today as well.
We got some great guests. We're going to talk We're going to talk about this issue about how men are affected by domestic violence.
And not only that, I'm going to be dropping them stats like I told you.
Those stats. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to getting into the show. Moxie Man?
Yes, sir.
You know who I am. Hotwaxx.
Welcome to UC Riverside School of Medicine. I'm Dean Dees, and I'm here to tell you about our school. Our students begin to engage in clinical care from the very first month of medical school. They also participate in the LACE program, research experiences, as well as many community-based experiences.
Through LACE, they start in the first month of medical school in a real-life clinic with real patients, real providers.
With individual physicians practicing in the community, mostly in primary care settings, who will serve as mentors for our medical students.
Here in Riverside and the Inland Empire, we're going to be producing physicians that are going to be national leaders and not just leading in the medical field.
Our students have multiple opportunities to do service, and one of the most popular one is working with our free clinics. Our students are able to serve as the primary caregiver for the patients that they see there. Most of the patients wouldn't have gotten care otherwise, so our students are providing primary care to these patients.
UCR School of Medicine offers multiple research opportunities to students. Mandatory research through our practice improvement, community and population health research, clinical research, and biomedical science research. Students are actually getting a chance to move the dial in patient care and actually truly improve the community that they live in and work in.
When I look at what kind of research is going on, the kind of teaching is going on, the kind of infrastructure we have, I don't think UC Riverside is less than any of these schools. We have faculty coming from all over the United States, from really big institutes. They want to come here because they know the collaborative environment. Financial and administrative support is, I think, better even than other UCs. I have come from UCLA to UC Riverside. There's a reason for that.
In the third year, our students participate in a unique and innovative, clinically integrated longitudinal curriculum. This is a clerkship that's 6 months in duration as opposed to the usual 6 to 8 weeks, and allows students to experience the complexity, the chronicity, and the community-embedded nature of medical care delivery in the 21st century. The opportunity to participate in an integrated longitudinal curriculum will uniquely prepare our students for meeting the healthcare needs of their patients, especially those of inland Southern California.
You'll be glad you've chosen UC Riverside School of Medicine, and you won't be disappointed. I'm glad you're interested, and I look forward to meeting all of you.
Welcome back to Wigs and Weaves and a Natural You. I'm your host, Hotwaxx, and Moxie Man. We got some information.
So yeah, it's stat dropper time. I told you I'd be hitting you with a few stats throughout the show. So I wanted to let you all know out there that 1 in 4 children witness domestic violence from their mother or their father. We got a lot more stats, but out of 1 in 4 children, 1 witnesses domestic violence. And that's a small number. So
Wow.
if we have 4 kids on stage right now, one of those 4, it could be more,
Yeah.
but 1 out of those 4
At
would
least
have
one out of the 4
witnessed domestic
that we
violence
send into school
in the home.
that's coming from the home. That's 25%. That's a big number.
Exactly.
Well, we're going to get into the show today. I look forward to having the guests. We're going to have a great time. I'm your host, Hotwaxx.
And it's your boy, Moxie Man, a.k.a. the Stat Dropper.
Thank you.
I would describe San Bernardino as a very challenged community. Economically, there's a lot of negativity that surround the youth, gang violence, murders.
3 fighters.
Pop, I need you to snap it out there.
1 trainer.
I think the city needs someone to come in and kick butt and take names.
And a city looking for heroes.
It has to be a conscious effort that says, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood, city by city, that everybody there is worth saving.
If the young people from Project Fighting Chance come back with a gold, bronze, silver medal, I think it would be a cool thing because just again, you know, the name, a fighting chance, it just, by the nature of where San Bernardino is and where it's going, it's just an example of what can be done.
I feel like I'm going to come on to represent SB Strong. My feelings are like, they're great. They're like I can't even explain. That's how great it is.
Hopefuls.
Welcome back to Wigs and Weaves and the Natural You. Again, I'm your host, Hotwaxx. And we want to bring up a good friend, a partner of Wigs and Weaves and the Natural You, Coach Ian Franklin, who's opened up this place today. So y'all give it up for Coach Franklin. Project Fighting Chance coming into the ring. Oh, look at him, bobbing and weaving. I ain't mad at you. What's up, Coach?
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. You looking good, man.
How you doing?
Good. Grab that mic. And so we talking today about an issue of domestic violence. And you took the time to come through and open up for us here. You could be working out your athletes, but you decided to give the gym to this cause. Tell us why you did that.
Well, it's a very real issue. You know, in working with kids for 20 years, I've seen the residual effects that it can have. I've lived the experience, being a victim of an abusive father. And I realized that if you don't address these issues, they carry on with you, and the way you act and react to situations and circumstances can be affected by not addressing the feelings you're going through. So I believe in what you're doing.
Man, we appreciate you opening up. I mean, we like this. We got the drink, we got the ringside, we got dumping through the rope. Man, I feel like a boxer. I just need some gloves, man. Can you hook me up?
Oh, yeah, we can get you going.
Can you go around with me?
Yeah.
I don't think I want to go around with you, Coach. I think we ain't going to go like that crazy, huh? Maybe Moxie had to go up with you. I'm going to send him in. I ain't going to go do it.
He got the reach on me.
Yeah, he got the reach, yeah. But, you know, you also did something with regards to children because of some of the things you dealt with.
Yeah.
What was that program?
We had a camp called Imagine, in where we partnered with the district attorney's office to do a pilot program. It was a month-long program, and what we did, we combined the therapeutic aggression diversion release of a boxing workout in conjunction with a classroom setting dealing with domestic violence and anger issues. And we used them both together to do a pre and post assessment, and we came up with the conclusion that this is something that was working, and we're in the process now of trying to make this a year-long program.
And you had one of your employees that managed that program. Tell me about who that was.
One of my employees that managed that program.
Charles?
Oh, yeah. Charles is my program coordinator, and he was very hands-on with the program, running the boxing portion. He's my program coordinator and my beginning boxing coach.
Excellent.
And he was very instrumental in the day-to-day activities of the program.
Now, what did the program consist of?
Well, 3 days a week, the kids came in and they released this energy. And I remember growing up as an angry young kid, didn't know what I was angry about, but I was angry. And I remember when somebody introduced me to a boxing program, I remember every time I left, I felt like I left something behind. I didn't know what it was, but I felt good, you know. So we used this, the releasing of the happy endorphins, and then we had them understand that you have anger because you're covering up a feeling you're not dealing with. So we help kids get in touch with their feelings in conjunction with the boxing workout. And we feel like in a long-term process with this program, it can really help kids find themselves, figure themselves out, and become more positive and more productive in society.
So you let kids from the community that were confronted with childhood domestic violence issues come into your gym and release some anger.
Yes, we did.
What other programs did you do? Did you do any therapy? Do you do any workshops? What else happened with these kids from the community?
Well, we did the every Saturday they were coming in, and it was a hour-long session, and it was to do with identifying the trauma. You know, you have to go back sometimes and think, where did you start feeling like this, if it's a negative feeling? Mm-hmm. And so we were helping the kids get in touch with where the trauma started, where maybe the downward spiral begun, and then we address that issue. We have them talk about it, because a lot of kids, they'll go through something, but they'll just harbor it in. So now you become like a volcano. And then somebody else is going to reap the benefits, or not the benefits, but the consequence.
Yeah, the consequences.
Where you're lashing out at somebody for something you didn't address before. So we help kids identify issues, and then we gave them some coping mechanisms.
That's critical.
Yeah.
Being able to cope, so you got anger, you got coping, and you got solutions.
And more important, get in touch with your feeling, because anger is an emotion that's covering up with a feeling you're not dealing with.
So you may have broken the cycle with some of these kids that could have gone into being abusers or batterers.
We feel like we have. We feel like we're onto something that could be really instrumental in helping a lot of people.
Wow. And what was the name of that program again?
Imagine.
That's great. Well, hey, Coach, once again, you know, I know you got championship and you got movies. I heard you a movie star now and all that good stuff. I've seen you in tuxedos and premiere and all that. So I ain't mad at you. But you know what, though? Hotwaxx is here.
I'm not as cool as you, though.
Well, you're going to get there someday. We're going to work on it afterwards. So, hey, thanks again for letting us come into the gym.
Right.
We appreciate you all.
All right, appreciate
Thank you, brother.
All right. I would describe San Bernardino as a very challenged community economically. There's a lot of negativity that surround the youth.
When faced with
gang violence, murders,
there is only one way out.
Ian feels that he may not be a perfect person. Everyone goes through their challenges in life. It's just depending on how you learn from those challenges. Obstacles come to make you learn and grow and be better.
The good Lord has given me the ability to teach this well.
We're on track to send guys to the next Olympics coming up.
Now these guys are at a level where I do have expectations.
But the kids know that that's what's required of them. And we were required because we love them.
I believe sometimes your environment can create strength. It's a story of overcoming obstacles. To have some kids come from an environment to still shoot for a goal and reach it. So I think we've only scratched the surface on what these kids are going to do.
Hopefuls